Hi guys, it's me, Little Miss Bloodworth, and welcome back to Bloodworth Zoo. And last I left off was the Ape Sanctuary, and I got to finish it and make it look that little bit better. So here I am going to show you. So in here, I put some orangutans, my favourite animal. I do love them. They're so cute. So opposite them will be the chimps, and then the orangutans will be its next, and I love it. In here that we're going through now is like the little information section on deforestation and other really important things to know about animals, and then this is the outside pen. Now I absolutely love this. It looks amazing and I can't wait to show you guys what it's just how this zoo is going to blossom actually. But here he is, my little boy, looking fat and grumpy but adorable at the same time, and I can't wait to carry on. Now as I pan around, I'll show you the pen, but today we're going to start working on something brand new. Now this is going to be a hippo pen. Once again, I did have technical issues. I've sorted it out now, but this potentially will be the last episode that has this issue. It's just where I'm filming, I get about like 30 minutes of film, but it only gets 15 minutes of it, which is annoying. So you'll notice a fairly large jump of me decorating the pen to me then changing the pen round and making it look completely different. So that's what I'm going to do. So first, it's time to buy the actual hippos themselves. So that's what I'm going to do. So, once we've found our hippos, we're going to put them in the pen and then decorate. I did struggle a little bit because it kept telling me the water volume was not great. And so I kept twisting, turning, trying to change things and stuff, and then eventually it worked. And it was the original idea that worked. So I tried other things I did for no stupid reason. So, though the one issue with my game is it did start lagging a tad when I started doing things, but I think now it's gonna work. I've sorted all the issues out, so if you can see here and there I am like a bit jittery. So I had to close my zoo down because I had way too many guests trying to come in to the area, especially through the ape sanctuary. They just kept piling through and it was just too busy. So I thought if I close the zoo down a bit, I can actually get the hippo den done. Though, whilst doing this, I had the idea of potentially doing a boat ride so that you can go past the animals and be able to see them on a boat. But I was still toying with that idea. And maybe I can come back to it later. But first, let's go see my hippos we brought in. Oh, here they come. This is gonna be so good. I love it. Whoa, that box is massive. But here they are. So I'm just gonna pause the game so that I can click on them and find out about their welfare, what they need. And then here you can see this is the issue I ended up having. They kept saying that it was like not swimmable, water depth. So I terraformed a little bit, which you'll see me do in a minute. And yeah, just try and sort the issue out because it wasn't working. It was driving me up the wall as usual. So I think in a minute I'm just going to empty out the river, potentially terraform again and see. But I think my issue was I needed to start actually painting the ground with like different types of grass and and other things. But as you can see here, I'm trying to terraform another pond into it, but it doesn't go well. And unfortunately, in a second, this is where I lose footage. I don't know what happened. It just went AWOL. But in a minute, it's going to jump to the next section, and you'll be able to see what I did. Though I definitely tweak a bit because it's just it wasn't quite right. So here we go. Jump. So there. Just it was a bit annoying. Don't know what happened there, but yeah. So turns out it was perfectly fine, the water level. I just had to add a bit more short grass, some more rocks, some more dirt, the usual stuff. And I made a little hippo sign, and I absolutely adore this. It works really well with all the other signs I've done, especially like the monkey one, my entrance, the lions, and I hope to keep that the same. So here they have issues with their shelter, so I thought it was fine, but clearly it's not big enough. So what I'm going to do is take apart the whole of this and build a bigger shelter. And by doing that, I'm just going to find... I was originally going to build it, but I just wasn't that inspired to build a shelter when I could just use one of the pre-built shelters, but cover it up to make it fit in with the scenery a bit more. So I wanted to potentially use one of the bigger dens, cover it with those really nice like tan orange kind of rocks, and then maybe put a water feature down. And right now I'm just looking for stuff to potentially just do or build, but I think I just gave up in the end. I don't think I really wanted to. As you can see, I hit a bit of a stump here. I'm like, oh, maybe I should, but maybe I shouldn't. But then I decide against it, and ooh, oh, the hippo's having a baby. Though it looks like a lot of poo, more than anything. But oh, there she is. There's the baby. But right, let's carry on. So I chose this kind of looking den. I think it works quite nicely with how it just looked. It fitted with the theme, and I'm just going to put down a couple of the beds, the leaves that is their bedding, and just go with that, because I think that just works quite nicely. Nothing too big, nothing too fancy, just simple. I think I've already done everything else in terms of their toys, food, nourishment, and everything else. So I'm just gonna make the area just look a little bit more pretty now. So yeah, by having these rocks, I think I can terraform this area a little bit nicer, and maybe, like I said earlier, turn it into a little water feature, so they have like a little pond that they can swim in. It's closer to the people, and they can go drink, walk around in it, and nothing too fancy, but just something that maybe benefits the guests a bit more. Here I'm just trying to randomize the rocks because I keep using the same rocks. You'll notice that with me. I always use the first few rocks instead of the flat ones, just to make it look pretty. But I think I'm actually going to start terraforming some water. So I'm just going to move this big tire out of the way so I can then put a hole in the ground and fill it with water. I'm probably going to add some like waterfall kind of features to it. Potentially maybe add the flamingos have them. It's like these metal poles that rain a waterfall down, and I might add that to it as well, just to give it that extra nice effect. But here I am just adding bits of water that looks like it's coming in from the top, and then eventually I will put the splashy bit at the bottom. because the middle section I think only works well if you've put it on a rock that then falls over to give it that effect. So just using the bottom water effect is much more effective than what I originally was going to do. Blimey, I'm getting so many guests already. Oh dear, that's what I get for reopening that zoo. But here I am looking for this waterfall section that I was just talking about a second ago. So here we go. I'm going to plump this into the rocks and just add the better feature of the waterfall, and then probably mould around it afterwards with some more stones. So there we go, that just looks a bit more like it's coming from something and not just seeping out the rocks that I originally had. But there we go, just like a little overhang, just to kind of give it a bit more depth to it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this little build. Even though you've missed some of it, and I'm really sorry about that, I'm definitely going to try and fix my recording software so that I don't lose it. I think the one issue I found was that the my drive was filling up and it just couldn't take any more minutes. So I had to do some of these videos in short little bursts, or just I had to keep double checking. But I think I'll manage it. Oh, here I am, just changing the colour of the donation boxes to match the hippos. I'll eventually do that with all of the boxes, instead of just these ones, and I think I did it in the monkey pen too. I am a tad bit worried because in one of my previous zoos, the elephants absolutely slam dunk the glass and just barrel through it. So I think I'm going to change, or at least maybe add some height to it, so that that they don't pummel through the glass. But yeah, I absolutely love this, and I can't wait to bake more. I really do hope you like this hippo pen, and if you want to suggest any more animals or sculptures you want me to do in this zoo, please just definitely do it, because I am a little bit stuck in my creativity, but I'm not long. I will bounce back. But right now I'm just decorating the reeds, just giving it a little bit more of a makeover. And oh my god, what are you doing? Oh my, the lions are inbreeding. No, 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 no. Oh, Jesus. I guess it's animals. It's nature, does its thing. Never mind. I guess eventually I can send some of them to the wild so they stop. And we can actually potentially have some decent lines in that pen, and not those who might have some issues with them because they are breeding with their parents or siblings. But now I'm just terraforming the hippo pen just that little bit more to give it a bit more depth, as I find my zoo at the moment is looking a little flat. So that's why behind the ape sanctuary I've actually made a big hill. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on Blood War Zoo. Bye!